Hi, everybody. Yesterday we talked about the valley of dry bones in Ezekiel 37, where God says to Ezekiel, preach to these bones, and they'll come alive, and they start getting sinew or flesh and bones and muscle, and they do rise. Well, this is just a few verses later, verse 12 of chapter 37, where God says, therefore, prophesy to them and say, this is what the sovereign Lord says. O my people, I will open your graves of exile and cause you to rise again. Then I will bring you back to the land of Israel. When this happens, O my people, you will know that I am the Lord. I will put my spirit in you, and you will live again and return home to your land. Well, this is God saying to them, you're coming home. They've been in exile in Babylon, and you're going to come home. And so that's one meaning of this, pretty obvious one. But there is another meaning, and that is that God is prophesying here what's going to happen to all of us through Jesus Christ. Because listen to this out of Matthew 27:50 through 52, where it says God promises to open the graves and cause them to rise again. And at the crucifixion of Jesus, when he releases his spirit to the Father, says the earth shook, rocks split apart, and tombs opened. The bodies of many godly men and women who had died raised from the dead. Well, here's literal rising from the dead because of what Jesus Christ did on the cross. So, this is speaking about one situation, but with God, is much more diverse than just one situation. It's pointing to what Jesus is going to do in the future to all of us, raise us from the dead. Whenever I'm in a cemetery, I always think most cemeteries are laid out so that when they sit up, they'll look to the east where Jesus is supposed to come from. So cemeteries are laid out that way, so the head is always at the west. So when you sit up, you'll see Jesus. It's kind of a fun thing. But when I'm at a graveside service, I'll often say that the only answer we have right now is Jesus Christ. He's the only one that's risen from the dead to live again. And there were hundreds of witnesses that saw that. And he makes the promise that if we believe in him, we also will rise from the dead, fulfilling this promise in Ezekiel, fulfilling the many promises in the Bible, fulfilling exactly what Jesus said himself, and proved when he rose from the dead. So this is not the end. Yesterday I did a funeral for a 32-year-old young wife. They still don't know why she died. They're doing a toxicology, and they'll hopefully figure something out. But 32 years old, that's so young, and it's so unexpected. And yet, Jesus makes a promise to us that no matter how long our years are on this earth, that one day we will rise again with him in glory. That's a great thing to remember always, that we have that ultimate promise. Well, I hope you have a good day. I hope you have a good weekend. And may God bless you. Take care.